Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long time since I built an air engine, and for a while now I've had kind of a plan, relatively done, based on this 3/8 inch aluminum rod. In the past, it was a slightly bigger piston size I went with this guy. Those are it's a half inch aluminum rod. Over here then I made a mini V8 that's really quite small, so this will be kind of a V4, and obviously between these two sizes. Now I'm going to deploy a different technique. It's actually more like this one in the way I deliver the air, where this was layered, made with layered channels. I suppose I could show the V8 run quick. Usually don't break out the bellow anymore, but people have been asking me about it lately, so I thought I'd break it out. So anyway, as you can see, the way I'm doing the air delivery today, this piston controls the air that drives this piston, so they kind of crisscross one another. So instead of doing this with tubes on the new V4 engine, I'm going to do it by making kind of a layered manifold. It'll be out of wood, or in this case obviously it wasn't, but we'll employ a very similar design. Let's see if we can get this back on here. It's out of the way. Which is another odd thing, is I'm starting by making the manifold instead of the pistons, which is a little weird. Usually I'd start from the piston and build the engine around the piston. But I have the rough design for the piston. I'm fairly certain that the design will work out. Last engine I made didn't work, and that was very depressing. Alright, to make the manifold, I'm going to use this plywood here. It happens to be 3mm. 1/16 would work fine too. Just happened to be what was available at our local home improvement store. Basically, here's my pattern. It's going to be 5 layers. For each manifold, this is one of the manifolds. There will be 2 of these. Basically, I'll cut out the shape, these little boxes. Then out of each box, I'll cut out the blue part. Then I will glue them in a stack, and then cut out the final shape. So that actually the last layer will be a little weird because I'm going to have to leave the pattern on from the layer before. As you can see with most of my patterns, I put painter's tape down on the wood. Then if it's a smaller pattern, I just use a glue stick and glue stick it down. Otherwise I have some spray-on adhesive for larger patterns. So I have them cut out. This one takes a second to show how they're going to stack. Obviously I have to cut out the blue sections first. That'll be bottom 4 and 5. So it's going to end up being stack glued basically like that. And the final shape will have to be cut out using this pattern and the pattern of the one below it. So we'll have a little trimming of the pattern so I can glue it together and still cut it out. Alright, so I have all the pieces cut out, so we're going to just stack glue them, and basically this one, you want to try and keep the glue off the sides that are going to show, although it wouldn't matter that much because I'm going to paint it. But so I'll remove the pattern from this one, glue this one down on it. I'll actually line the inside of the what will be the tube, so to speak, with some glue just so that it seals the edges. That pattern will come off, and I'll do the same with this one. And this will go on here. And on the last step, I'm going to just trace these so I can cut off the rest of the pattern and glue it together so that I can still have both of these to form my cutout. So we'll start by just taking this right off. This was number 1. And number 2 goes on top of it like so. We only really need that end pattern to cut out the finished product. Alright, so I have these 2 layers glued together. Good enough anyway to do the next step. So now I'm going to take layer 2 off here. Just kind of look at how it all goes together here. For the most part, just glue it right down like that. I might do a little bit in here to seal the grain and actually spread out the glue that's pooled there. So this is going to go on top of this one like so. So we'll just do a nice hearty pile of glue on that one. I need my glove to spread it around. Alright, so for the final layer, essentially I do need this pattern intact to cut it out. But I do want to get the pattern removed from here and here for the gluing. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of cut it with an X-Acto and peel it off and stuff. Alright. So basically I trimmed her down so that there's no overlapping paper. Maybe a little more here. And we'll glue it together and cut out the final piece. Well, looks like I actually messed this up. They come through, I mean, it works fine, except for one minor detail. This side should have been lined up, this side should have been lined up. Instead I have that's unfortunate. But the construction technique will be the same for the manifold. It just won't quite be like this. I'm not going to go through the step-by-step process of making it again, but I will show you the finished one when I remake it. Oh boy. Can't believe I did that. Here's a quick look at the rework. basically go together like so. That should achieve what I'm looking for. Here we have the new improved version that where these both line up with one another. These line up. So the internals work out, so this air goes here, the air goes here, so that'll drive the pistons on these sides. It'll be switched air, you know, powering the opposing piston. That's 9 degrees out of phase. You can see the difference here. These were kind of staggered, but not staggered correctly because we want those to line up. It's a little bulkier than I was hoping, but now it had to be one layer thicker. Thanks for watching.